In the heart of a quaint countryside, nestled among rolling hills and ancient trees, stood a weathered Victorian mansion. Its faded grandeur whispered tales of bygone eras, but it was the nightly sounds that truly sent shivers down the spines of its newest inhabitants. The Wilsons had moved in just a month ago, seeking solace from the bustling city life. They'd fallen in love with the sprawling estate, its creaky floorboards, and the promise of peaceful nights under starlit skies. Little did they know, their dreams of tranquility would soon be shattered by a haunting melody that echoed through the halls each evening. As darkness fell on their first night, the family settled into their new home, exhausted from unpacking. Sarah, the mother, was just about to drift off when she heard it, a soft, mournful cry. At first, she dismissed it as the wind, but as the sound grew louder, her heart began to race. It was unmistakably the weeping of a young girl. Bolting upright, Sarah shook her husband awake. "John, do you hear that?" she whispered urgently. John, still groggy, listened intently. His eyes widened as the sorrowful sobs reached his ears. "But we don't have any children," he muttered, confusion etched across his face. The couple spent the rest of the night huddled together, listening to the heart-wrenching cries that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. When morning came, they convinced themselves it was just their imagination playing tricks on them, a result of stress and unfamiliar surroundings. But as days turned into weeks, the nightly weeping persisted. The Wilsons tried everything to explain it away. Perhaps it was a neighbor's child, or maybe an animal in distress. Yet deep down, they knew this was something beyond rational explanation. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah began researching the history of their new home. She pored over old newspapers and town records, searching for any clue that might shed light on the mysterious cries. It was on a particularly gloomy afternoon when Sarah stumbled upon a yellowed newspaper, clipping from exactly 100 years ago. Her hands trembled as she read the headline, "Young Girl Dies of Broken Heart in Hillcrest Manor." The article told a tragic tale of little Emily Thornton, a 10-year-old girl who had lived in the very same house. Emily's parents had been killed in a carriage accident, leaving her in the care of a cold, unloving aunt. Overcome with grief and loneliness, Emily had slowly withered away, spending her final days crying herself to sleep in the very room that now belonged to the Wilsons. Sarah's blood ran cold as she realized the truth. The weeping they heard each night was the ghostly echo of Emily's sorrow, still resonating through time and space. The little girl's pain had been so profound that it had left an indelible mark on the very fabric of the house. Armed with this knowledge, the Wilsons faced a difficult decision. Should they flee from this haunted home, or find a way to coexist with the spectral presence of a heartbroken child? In the end, compassion won out over fear. They decided to stay, determined to bring warmth and love back into the house that had witnessed such tragedy. They began leaving small gifts in Emily's old room, stuffed animals, colorful drawings, and even plates of cookies. Slowly but surely, the nightly weeping began to change. The heart-wrenching sobs gradually transformed into softer sniffles, and eventually, the faintest sound of childish giggles could be heard echoing through the halls. The Wilsons had not only made peace with their ghostly housemate, but had somehow managed to bring a measure of joy to a spirit long trapped in sorrow. They realized that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can lead to the most profound connections, even across the boundaries of life and death. As years passed, the legend of the sad ghost in the family house became a cherished part of local lore. Visitors would often comment on the warm, welcoming atmosphere of the old mansion, never suspecting the bittersweet history hidden within its walls. And on quiet nights, if one listened closely, they might just hear the faint sound of a little girl's laughter. Finally at peace, in the home that had once known only her tears.